Minded Basketball Podcast, also known as M.O.B Podcast. I am Evan.
And I'm Ja.
And this is our basketball podcast where we recap, break down, and analyze players and teams from the previous games from the previous day. Happy MLK Day, everyone. And Ja, how are you doing on this holiday?
Good.
I'm good as well. I hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone's having a good day, or everyone will have a good day. Much to discuss, a lot to discuss in terms of tonight's games, but let's not get into that. Not yet. In terms of last night's games, not much. Not much. Not much happened. I guess we start off with the first game of the night. Yeah. You see the hat, so you already know. Knicks up against the Celtics, and Kemba came back. And that's basically what happened for the Celtics. That's it. Tatum wasn't playing, but even if Tatum didn't play, the energy that they had, it just wasn't their night. It was not the Celtics' night. The Knicks this was their game from start to finish. They just dominated the entire game. Exactly. Yeah, and it's funny. The Knicks was on a 5-game losing streak. The Celtics was on a 5-game winning streak. And yet the Knicks were playing like they were on a 5-game winning streak. I don't understand this. RJ Barrett and Julius Randle, they had a great performance, both of them. Julius Randle once again coming up big for the Knicks. Emmanuel Quickly again for third straight game, having a great game, coming off the bench, producing good buckets for them. Obi Toppin looked great in his third game as a rookie. He looked really good. And they just played great on all sides of the ball, offensively, defensively, blocking shots, forcing turnovers, shooting threes. I mean, this was just Knicks. The Knicks all day.
Yeah, well, you said it. It's not really much for me to comment on, but the fact, your team has been playing hard, you know what I mean? And this is the result that pays off when you play hard. You go against a team that has had a 5-game winning streak. You're coming off a losing streak, and then you do things like this. Kemba, this is kind of a upsetting way to return. You come playing against your hometown team, and then you get.
Oh, please, Kemba used to this. He played in Charlotte.
Don't do this. Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Not right now. Not right now.
He used to get blown out.
All right.
He is the Charlotte Hornets' greatest player, I guess.
Yes, he is the Charlotte Hornets' greatest player.
So that should show you what their franchise.
All right. That's it. But yeah, this is not the Celtics culture. This is not the Brad Stevens way. You know that they're gonna fix this. I'm going to leave it at that. They're going to fix this because the way that they were playing on both ends of the floor, it just looked like they just gave up by the time the second half even hit.
Mm-hmm. They was just completely out of rhythm, trying to shoot themselves back into the game, which didn't work.
Exactly.
And as a result, they ended up losing by 30 to a struggling Knicks team as of recently. But as you say, the Knicks do play hard and play with a lot of effort because of Tibbs and that system. And when you play hard, this is sometimes the result that you can get. So a great win for the Knicks. Disappointing loss for the Celtics, but I know that they can bounce back from this.
Yeah.
All right. The next primetime game that happened because one of them was postponed. All these postponed this year. The 76ers and Thunder game were postponed. And I was kind of looking forward to seeing SGA, but
another night.
Another night. But skip to that and skip to another blowout between the Clippers and the Indiana Pacers. And once the Pacers, as we all know, are playing without one of their players. I mean, they lost Oladipo and they were hoping to get LeVert back, but we don't know what happened with LeVert, the mass on kidney. So they're just missing a player, and they have nobody to fill that void right now. And they played like it. They clearly missed some scoring, and they also missed some defense too. The Clippers just came out balling, shooting the lights out. It was looking bad.
Yeah,
especially in the second half.
I think you said it yourself. There's not really much to say. The Clippers, mind you, the Clippers just had it going. While the Pacers, don't get me wrong, they still played tough. They played strong, but without that scoring punch, that main scoring punch, like mind you, and like Karis LeVert is well, he probably will be when he gets on the team, but as of right now, their best player is Sabonis, right?
Hmm.
The Pacers. And like as good as he is, he's not gonna be the one like to constantly go on that scoring binge, that scoring punch that's needed. So it's just like then you also got Brogdon, who even though it's good, but he can't go. But even though he could skip buckets, I don't see him going on that crazy scoring bench himself. He don't
But
get me wrong, he
yeah,
can.
McDermott tried. I mean, he had 23 in this game, so he tried to,
Yeah,
fill
but
that
that's
scoring
McDermott
role.
though. No disrespect, that's McDermott though.
I see what you're saying. I see no disrespect, but
Yeah,
I see your point. Yeah.
he is Dougie McBuckets, but like, come on now.
Hey, but
If
he
you
did
take
he did try to fill that gap and that void that they missed. But I
well,
mean, they just needed more.
TJ, aka MJ Warren, was not even playing too, so it's just like it's like it's not really like, but like,
TJ MJ Warren. Yep. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know when he's coming back. And Miles Turner was out as well.
See, and that's another thing. They're missing a big presence because Miles Turner could do it on both ends of the floor. So like you're missing so many of your element right now, so much of your element right now.
Well,
Uh,
give you hope then, and then you give up on him because he doesn't make that extra step that we waiting for him for years.
exactly with Miles Turner, but like hey, again, let's even though he hasn't made that step that we wanted to, let's be honest. Though he has been a valuable contribution to this team, so we
Yeah.
can't say much on him. But again, he does it on both floors, and again, when you're missing all pieces of your element, teams like the Clippers notice these things and they take advantage real quickly, and that's what they did. Especially Paul George with that dunk, man. But yeah, it was the Clippers all the way, man. Clippers all the
It
way.
was
Their
Clippers
whole
all the way. Paul
yeah,
George with 20, he stepped up big, and they had big bench production from Luke Kennard, his best game as a Clipper. And yeah, when I mentioned Luke Kennard, well, hasn't really been doing much ever since he stole 64 million.
don't do that. You see, there's no need to do that. There's no need to do that. What the freak, man?
But when you lose to him, yeah, it's just not your night.
Yeah.
But a great win by the Clippers, and hopefully the Pacers can get their pieces back so they can be ready to get better and take another step.
Yeah, man, that was crazy. I was like, damn, did that. So all right.
But all right. Anything that you want to talk about? Any players or teams or games that you want to go over?
I watched the last part of the Nuggets versus Jazz game, and it was I'm not gonna lie, efficiency wise, Donovan Mitchell didn't have an efficient game, but he was still balling. He was still balling. Um, and also on the other side, it was also Jokic doing his thing. Jamal Murray had a good first half, went basically, and then he was scoreless until he made a big three. Not like was able to cut the edge to two. But then Donovan Mitchell was able to come up big with his clutch bucket down the stretch. He did some, I'm not gonna lie. The move was so nice. He did some kind of like footwork. I don't even know how he did it, but on his pivot foot, fade away, and hit the shot. And then after that point, it was all like, it was all like in a way of like, them just needing to close out the game. And as a result, they was able to find Gobert open because Gobert had a wide open lane to just cut. And as a result, that he was able to close the game out that way. So the Jazz win.
Yep. Also to add into that point, the main reason why the Jazz won was because just Denver wasn't making their shots. I
Yeah.
mean, specifically like secondary players really struggled. Will Barton, Gary Harris, Millsap, they was really struggling. They was
Mhm.
really struggling. So that played a key part into this loss against the Jazz, who have been playing really good basketball as of late. They run 5 in a row, and they're currently third in the Western Conference.
Yeah, and it's crazy because again, element you lose that part of your element, part that's so important, such as your bench scoring or like those other players stepping up for you, and it's just like as a result you want to get games like this because they lost in a close game here. So just imagine if that bench had it going.
Well, but also the starters like Gary Harris, Will Barton, Paul Millsap was starting,
Yeah,
and it was only just Jokic and Murray.
likewise it should be like that though, but yeah,
Yeah, but the Denver they thrive when everybody's
nice
flowing.
driving. Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, this is a good win by the Jazz, and the Nuggets still hovering around that 500 mark. People are still waiting for them to prove that they are playoff contenders.
yeah,
But we have more games to be played, so we shall see if they can prove that. All right. I noticed that Luka Doncic in his third season at the age of 21
yeah.
has more triple doubles than the great, the legend, the GOAT himself, in our opinions, Michael Jordan. In his third season,
Mhm.
that is that is unbelievable.
Look at. Let's just end it off with this statement. This man legit stood up in an interview and said that it's more easier to score in the NBA than it is overseas. Let's just end it there. He said that, and not only did he just say that, he backed it up on a constant basis. So let's just leave it right there. Let's just leave it right there when it comes to that man. Well, like that's
Yep.
all I gotta say.
But despite that, they still lost to the Chicago Bulls, and Lauri Markkanen had his best game. I mean, he only was back for a few games, but
About time. Yeah,
this
I
was like
better see this. I better see this more often. I don't care. I don't care if this is his second or third. No, I better see this more often. Thank you. That's all I gotta say.
all right. Yeah, I know you were high on him, and you're waiting for him to take that that Porzingis step.
Exactly. It's embarrassing, bro. He's been embarrassing me.
He had 29 and 10. Give him his props. Give him his props.
I am going to give him his props. I'm happy, but I want him to keep up this production.
I agree. I agree. I would love to see him because if he does, him and Zach LaVine, it'll be hard to stop them together because Zach LaVine needs some help. He needs some help. But all right. Lastly, I think we both should be talking about this: the Pelicans and the Kings game, in which De'Aaron Fox dropped his career high, 43 points, and had 13 assists. But despite that, I don't know. I guess once you drop 40, you're going to lose because he lost.
Yeah, that's been a common occurrence with certain players on different teams in the league. They put up a great amount of points, but yet they just could never get the win.
I mean, it's just today's age now. I remember growing up when people dropped 40, it was a win.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
It was rare when people
power.
dropped 40 and lost. But now over time, because the offense and all that, yeah, you could drop 40, but the other team gonna drop 140.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a sad state with the Kings. I mean, just show the Zion dunk.
Yeah.
Bang.
Put up the footage.
Would you like to be in this?
Not just that dunk. Let's just show the multiple dunks he had, whether it was over people or not. Like let's just be honest here. Okay, so Sacramento had a good start to the season. Now they find themselves in their old ways, their old element.
The Kings of the Neptune. That's what I call them.
Oh, how Shaq put it, the Queens. And,
you mean
sorry,
you?
I didn't call them that. Shaq called them that. But yo, the Pelicans would just showing off all athleticism, like it was starting with energy, athleticism, speed. Like it was like they really look like an AAU team out there. Like if you watch one of those like overpowered AAU teams, I swear.
Don't do that to the Kings. I mean, they came back into the game. They were down and they came back into the game.
They did give back. I give them props. There was moments where they kept creeping back up to that game, especially during the fourth quarter.
And Marvin Bagley had a great game as well.
Marvin Bagley did a great game as well. Yes, they were able. So I'm not going to disrespect them like that. But if you looked at the course of the game and you watched it, whether you watched the highlights or full game itself, it's just like the things that the Pelicans were doing. It was just like it looked like he had like the Kings had no chance defensively. Like what the like
Well, we know now the Kings don't play no defense.
yeah, man. It was just like yo, like he's really just babying you with just straight pure dunks. Like they just wanted to take it to the like. I'm not gonna lie. When you look at the way they came back into this game, it's single-handedly because of two reasons. De'Aaron Fox, who was finding each and every way to get to the basket and get a score, and Marvin Bagley, who looked really good, who really, really solid, finding and picking his spots and choosing his spots to like make the shot. But like those are the main two reasons, and they gave their team energy coming down the stretch. But the Pelicans had that energy throughout the whole game and was able to push away with it. They were just able to push away with it. It was looking kind of scary. It was looking kind of scary.
Well, the Kings are scary, like scary to watch, and not in a good way. People have faith in Kings, and they have a lot of good talent there, and a lot of young talent, rising stars there, but they can never ever get it together. How many times have they had young talent?
A lot of times, and they never
Like,
panned
how many times do they have players with potential? Like, they can't get it together. They're 5-9 now, and they started off the season well, like you said, and it's just going down here from
Yeah.
now. We'll see if they can get it back together. I doubt it. But all right. Now on to predictions for tonight's set of games, MLK Day special games, and a lot of them.
They might just get postponed. Let me stop.
Oh, don't say that. Come on, man.
Let me
Already one game is already postponed. The Cavs and the Wizards game. I haven't seen the Wizards play I felt like a month. I mean, geez, I was making jokes about not them playing defense, but now I don't see him play.
Oh man, I can't bring up the joke, freak.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You know, I was going to go
Don't do
back
that,
to
don't do that. But there's a lot of games set for this MLK Day, and it should be some good action. So let's get into it right now. First off, starting with the Orlando Magic up against the New York Knicks. Who do you have?
The Knicks.
I have the Knicks as well. And by the way, for anybody knowing all the NBA TV games, we won't be covering. We're covering specifically the TNT set of games.
Okay.
And who we're playing on TNT, we will let you know in a minute. All right. Next, the next NBA TV game. Minnesota Timberwolves up against the Atlanta Hawks. Obviously, Karl-Anthony Towns.
I think the Wolves gonna make an upset.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got the Hawks. The Pistons and the Heat. I still don't know if Jimmy Butler Bam, and Dragic are playing, and the Pistons just beat the Heat because of that. A couple nights ago.
Well, I don't look like Miami's gonna ever probably bring those guys back until they feel like it's the right moment. So I got the Pistons.
Yeah, I got the Pistons too. Man, this season is weird.
Disease like this running around, man.
Next up is the San Antonio Spurs facing off against Aldridge's former team, the Portland Trail Blazers. Who do you have?
Blazers.
I have the Blazers as well. First off, for our interesting MLK Day special games on TNT, it is the Phoenix Suns up against the Memphis Grizzlies, and of course, Ja Morant is back, as we all know, and we saw him a couple of nights ago. Who do you got?
I got the Suns.
You got the Suns. I'm gonna go with the Grizzlies. I think they pull off upset. I really do. I think so.
I'm gonna go against you with that one. Yeah.
We shall see. I mean, it's my dark horse team against my surprise team. So I mean, whoever wins, is good. It's good.
It is. It's
good for my pick. So yeah.
Matchup.
All right. And next, which might be the most interesting game of the night, second primetime game on TNT MLK Day special games. It is the Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis and the reigning MVP up against the Brooklyn Nets with James Harden, Kevin Durant, and maybe Kyrie. Maybe. As this recording, we don't know.
I thought he retired. My bad.
Stop.
I thought he retired. I thought he went to go become Uncle Drew, bro. I thought
That's Drew Brees retired. Actually, I don't even know if Drew Brees retired. But yeah.
Yeah, but
who you got?
If Uncle Drew's coming out of retirement, I got the Nets.
Got the Nets. Well, I mean, I got the Bucks. And the reason why I got the Bucks is because they just got somebody at 7 foot and he could just run and dunk.
That takes no skill at all.
Yeah, that really doesn't take any skill on me. So for that reason, I got the Bucks. It should be a really, really fun matchup. I hope it's a really good game. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it. Next up, the Mavericks or the Raptors?
I got the Mavericks. The way Raptors been looking like they at the end of games, man, it's just like they can't close it out. So unless if they don't go on a dominant run to try to blow out the Mavericks, I got the Mavericks winning this, man.
I see your point, but I got the Raptors.
Okay.
Next, the Rockets or the Bulls? Bulls. And lastly, and the last primetime game for the MLK special games, it is the Golden State Warriors, Stephen Curry, of course, up against the defending champions, LeBron and AD, and the Los Angeles Lakers. Who do you have?
The Lakers.
You have the Lakers. I have the Lakers as well. 3 games, by the way, to make sure you all know. Phoenix Suns, Memphis Grizzlies, the Milwaukee Bucks, Brooklyn Nets, the Golden State Warriors, and the Los Angeles Lakers. 3 interesting games that I am excited to watch. But all right, now I think it's time to wrap things up. Any final thoughts?
Let's see. Let's hope. Well, I can't even say that because you just said the game got postponed. But let's see. I think tomorrow's gonna be fun. Today's gonna be fun. Yes,
today is going to be fun. We shall see if Kyrie will play.
Yeah.
We shall see if Kyrie will play. And with that being said, once again, happy MLK Day, everyone. And thank you guys for watching today's pod. Make sure you tune into tomorrow's podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Follow our IG down in the description below.
And once again, I'm Evan.
And I'm Ja.
And this was the Mind of Basketball Podcast.